Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world, as the light of the world. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world, as the light of the world, as the light of the world. Ready? Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world, as the light of the world. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world, as the light of the world, as the light of the world. Really get into it this time. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world, as the light of the world. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world, as the light of the world, as the light of the world. Okay, we're going to take it up a step. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world, as the light of the world. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world, as the light of the world, as the light of the world, as the light of the world. One more time, as the light of the world. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world, as the light of the world. So yesterday, we found out who we are, the light of the world. That's a big one just in that. To accept that I am that. I am the light of the world. We're so conditioned into thinking that the light of the world was one person who lived 2,000 years ago, if you even believe that, rather than it's me. I am that. And my willingness to step into that is my own salvation, and as it says in the Course, literally the salvation of the whole world. Can your brain get that one? I doubt it. That's good. It's not supposed to. But your soul can, because your soul did already. That's what you are. And the moment you say yes to that and really, really embrace that, yeah, that's where it happens. But now that we know that, we have to know what our function is. And what's our function? Forgiveness. Let me read a little bit from the lesson today because it's so beautiful. It says, "It is your forgiveness that will bring the world of darkness to the light." It is your forgiveness that will bring the world of darkness to the light. It is your forgiveness that lets you recognize the light in which you see. Forgiveness is the demonstration, I like that word, the demonstration that you are the light of the world. Through your forgiveness does the truth about yourself return to your memory. Therefore, in your forgiveness lies your salvation. So you notice that he says, through your forgiveness does the truth about yourself return to your memory. That's interesting. You remember who you really are. We might expect it to say that it returns to our mind or it returns to our experience, but it's saying it's returning to your memory. And the reason for that is simply because this is done and over. This already happened. We like to continue to live it out as if it's happening right now. But the only thing that's happening right now is heaven, if you want to use that word. And forgiveness is the way through which you see that. So it returns to your memory of what this was, not what this is in this moment, because this is over and done. It was over and done in an instant. The second you stepped away, or at least seemed to turn away from the light, and then realized that the light was all there is, that you can't turn away from the light, but you began focusing on a shadow on the ground and thinking, that's what I am. I am that shadow on the ground, rather than turning back around and realizing I am the light. And if you see a shadow on the ground and you begin to imagine things about it, every time you move, what happens? The shadow moves. But you turn it into something else. You turn it into something that's ready to attack you. You turn it into something that you hope will love you. But it's really just you making these movements, and the shadow is repeating everything that you're doing. Isn't that interesting? But the moment you realize, wait, this was a senseless journey. Me turning away from the light was senseless because the light is everywhere. I've been focusing on this shadow. Why? Because I'm guilty. Because I feel like I did something wrong in turning away from that which cannot be turned away from. I feel like there's some punishment due to me because I tried to do something that was impossible. But guess what? Because it was impossible, it's over and done and never really occurred. And your forgiveness is the way that you see that. So you have to see it. You have to be it, I think. I forgot the three things I said. They're instantly gone. But most of all, you need to share it. There's this line here where it says, that is why all forgiveness is a gift to yourself. That's key. There's nobody to forgive. Forgiveness ultimately is not necessary. But A Course in Miracles is the path of forgiveness because you need the illusion of forgiveness in order to get out of the illusion of everything else. But then the moment that you're out of this, you realize that, as the Course says, forgiveness is the realization that the sin that I thought occurred in reality never did. So forgiveness is not needed, but I have to experience that. So this is something that is for the mind, right? This is still a lesson for the mind that perceives that there's something that does need to be forgiven, rather than the illumined or the whole mind, which has stepped outside of that and now sees clearly that no forgiveness was ever needed because nothing ever really happened. And that's why this is over and done. So we don't have to worry about anything. That's why Jesus says in the Gospels, you don't have to store up goods. You don't have to save your money. You don't have to think about tomorrow, because this is over and done. You're home already. And that's good news. That's the reason why you don't have to worry about what's going on here, because when you realize you're home already, this takes care of itself. I mean, look where we are. We're in this amazing place. We're together because this takes care of itself. So it's over and done. Forgiveness is the way in which I experience that. It's the way I leave the illusion of forgiveness and enter into salvation itself. So, sing this song one more time. Let it go even deeper. Ready? Here we go. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world. As the light of the world, forgiveness is my function as the light of the world, as the light of the world, as the light of the world. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world, as the light of the world. Forgiveness is my function as the light of the world, as the light